Thanks to all of you who joined us to make 2K TV Tuesday a huge success.
Now it's time to shout out the players that shined above the rest. We have a tie this time, so our 2K TV Tuesday MVPs are Toxica and Bugs3034. Congratulations.
Well, that's it for this episode, but we will be back with Season 10.
Welcome, everyone, to Noche Enabia. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Now, D'Angelo Russell says he patterns his game after another crafty lefty.
Not at all. Yeah, some similarities definitely there, David. Thank you. Now the starting group for Orlando. Morris is out there with Domantas Sabonis. Then there's Brown. Then it's Russell. And it's Coffey in at the small forward position. And for the Spurs, Kyle Anderson is out there with Kuminga. Then it's Brett VanVleet. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. With injuries and Clark as teams prepare for the playoffs, this is the time of year where we really see the value of depth.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Kevin. I mean, teams that can go 10 deep really have a nice luxury of being able to spread out their minutes. I think which helps keep the stars fresh for the stretch run and keep them from being overworked.
Here's Coffey. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Here's Ingram into the lane and slammed up by Ingram.
You know, he's a good ball handler. Brandon Ingram, he can kind of pick his way through most any defense because of it.
And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Magic. It's a 5-point game. Brown wide open. He fires. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
VanVleet can't get it to go. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Here he goes. Coffey. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Jonathan Kuminga.
And for Orlando, it's been a tough decade. We would agree on that. Greg, they've only won 2 playoff games since 2012.
Well, they've only made the playoffs twice in that span as well. So they've got a lot of draft picks lined up in the next few years, and they need to make good on those high picks.
It ended in the bubble, but how about the Spurs playoff streak? 22 consecutive seasons, Greg, coming to an end.
Kevin, making it every year from 1998 to 2019, winning 5 titles over that span, and having the same head coach certainly helped that streak. So did having, though, a couple Hall of Fame.
Back to Brown. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Assist.
Brown's got his second bucket.
I think that's where Brown is at his best, guys. He's a muscular athlete who loves finishing strong through contact.
Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs in their last game, a loss to the Thunder. It doesn't go for him. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Anderson. Good, nice job down low.
Once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And the reach and height of Gobert, it literally makes it impossible to score over him. He's able to get all over that shot. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's Brown. Gobert with the defensive effort.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
No problems knocking that one down. Ingram's got his second bucket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And you look at the way Ingram can get off a shot. When he gets to his spots, there's just no stopping him. Very few players can create like he can.
Sabonis, the pass to Coffey. Good, and it's Sabonis with the assist that time.
You look at Sabonis, and he clearly is one of the best passing big men in the game because he sees the floor so well.
A creator indeed, and the name you always hear, Greg, with Ingram as a comparison, Kevin Durant.
And that's about as fair a comp as you'll find. Ingram is special with how he can rise up over defenders with that shot. It makes him a lethal weapon late in the game.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Here's Brown. Sabonis trying to get open. Brown, good. Brown's got 6 points.
Give credit to the defense. They were right there on Brown. Ultimately, though, he's too smart and too confident near the hoop to have any effect.
Anderson finds Ingram. Here's Gobert. He can't get that one. And Orlando will come the other way. Here's Brown. No good on the shot. Good D by Anderson. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Spurs. They lead by 4. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
And, you know, that's a big part of how they attack and win, getting it going from the three-point line. But at the end of the day, it didn't happen.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game.
And now in the final year of his contract, D'Angelo Russell trying to get back to that all-star level and the promise that got him that last 4-year deal.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Daniel Tice is checked in for Sabonis. Roby comes in for Marcus Morris. Alec Burks checked in for Amir Coffey. And Edmund Sumner's subbed in for Jaylen Brown. And after a lackluster performance in last year's playoff, Russell has some making up to do.
Yeah, and the efficiency has been a problem. If you're a player whose primary value is at the offensive end, you can't just be a volume scorer.
It's up a 3. The Spurs rebound. Duarte shot good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
2 minutes.
Here's Sumner. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And they pick up 2. San Antonio's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. The pass to Eubanks. Spurs passing it around. Out to the wing. Here's Duarte. And the 3 off target. The Magic have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Here's Sumner. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Holiday, the pass to Duarte. Back to Holiday. 1:03 left in the first. And it's Orlando's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. And the slam dunk by Russell.
On the fast break, D'Angelo gets a good release down court, finishes the job there.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Sumner. That one's a miss. His 3rd shot of the game. He's made 1 of them. San Antonio trailing here. Holiday, the pass to Eubanks. Yep, that one goes in there.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
San Antonio shooting their first foul shot of the night. 29 seconds left here in the first quarter. Russell kicks to Burks. Pass to Tice. Back to Burks. Shot clock at 5. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Alex Len picks one up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without foul.
At the line for 2.
And Burks hits 2 free throws. Holiday surveying the floor. Here's Duarte. And he beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Spurs lead by 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
And look who's coming out of the hardwood now.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
Here's Russell. He picked up 24 points in their last win against Miami.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
And so in the game for the Magic, Brown out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Sabonis. And it's Coffee in at the small forward. Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Spurs.
You have to give them credit for their defense here in the early stages. I mean, they've shown tremendous anticipation, on the same page as a unit defensively, especially on those block shots.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. Orlando has a very young roster. Coach Jamal Mosley says, one thing I've said to them is dominate the simple. The more we can keep it simple, the better we'll be. Not overthinking, just playing off instincts and reaction. Kevin, back to you.
Good place to start. Makes a lot of sense. David, thanks. Russell kicks to Brown. Here's Coffee. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Spurs leading by 5. Here's Kuminga. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. And so Brown will bring it up for Orlando. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But at that last meeting, I think foul troubles for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
You know, whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
Talk of guys playing today, who would you put your money on to be a successful NBA coach?
You know, Kevin, the smart money is on point guards, but I think any player that's been a student of the game could be a successful coach, but point guards most likely is my answer. Chris Paul, maybe even a guy like Jalen Brunson in the future.
Brown drives in, rebounded by the Spurs. Van Vliet with it, picked up by Brown. Anderson can't get it to go. The Magic trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Brown, the pass to Coffee. Back to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gobert with the block. They recover it. Here's Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Sabonis is simply relentless on the boards, doing a nice job getting that second chance basket.
Van Vliet passes to Anderson. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 3 assists now in this one.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
Morris, no good. Spurs leading by 8. Here's Ingram. Goes back up. It's blocked. Here's Coffee. He's covered by Ingram. There's Brown with the three. Score the basket, his fifth of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
You know, the three-point shot, guys, is something that Brown continues to improve upon. It's important for him to be knocking down these looks to expand his offensive repertoire.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Here's Brown, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Jaylen Brown is such a force on the offensive end. Hard to keep that guy out of the paint. Terrific finisher at the rim.
Orlando shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And maybe the only weakness for Brown is his handle on the ball.
And it's something that he's worked on every offseason. Still, though, susceptible to turnovers while dribbling. But it's one of the very few weaknesses in his game.
Passes to Coffey. Back to Russell. And the pass to Coffey. Brown outside. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. San Antonio making a switch here. Eubanks has checked in. And the Magic making a change here as well. Sumner's checked in. Misses off the right iron.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
There's Kuminga. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 5 assists tonight.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
Here's Brown. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And there's the second dunk to finish it off.
Oh, I love watching him flush it home, showing how easily he can get off the ground and bang it.
The Magic trail by 14. Here's Sumner. And nothing is falling for him right now. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. Gobert, no good. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Coffey. Second shot opportunity. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Spurs passing it around. And it's Ingram missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
It's good. Eubanks got 7.
And how about the recognition by Gobert? I mean, of course, it does help when you're 7 feet like Rudy. It can give you a clean view of the court.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And guys, aggressive in creating his own shots, but thus far, they have not been falling. Probably a good time to try and devote some of that energy to getting others involved.
A different look now for San Antonio. Konchar's checked in for Kuminga. Chris Duarte comes in for Brandon Ingram. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. The Magic also changing it up. Daniel Tice is checked in for Sabonis. Roby comes in for Morris. And Alec Burks subbed in for Amir Coffey. Pass Duarte. Burks with the steal. Here's Sumner. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
The Magic trail by 14. To the middle, releases, and it's Brown that time on the assist by Burks. He's got 16.
Hey, Brown is very serious about his scoring. I mean, he's got the green light to fire up from just about anywhere out there, and he takes full advantage of it.
Konchar can't get it to go. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for Orlando. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. And it's blocked. Conchar, the pass to Orte, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Brown outside. Here's Roby, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
And he makes both free throws. To the wing right side. Offensive rebound. Gobert. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Gobert's got 4 this quarter.
He knows his job. Gobert is there to own the glass and cash in on as many second chance opportunities as he can.
And so it's San Antonio with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what did you see in the first half?
We had ball movement. You know, we weren't in mud. Guys were in attack mode. Nobody held the ball. You know, you pass, catch, or shoot. And we did that a lot in the first half.
Yeah, you had them swiveling, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. And they kept it close, trailing by, at the most, 4 points. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, when you pass the ball the way they have, Ernie, I mean, this is the kind of scoring line you expect. The guys are in total sync, and the difference is the ball movement. I mean, they're moving the ball around, and it's striking.
Check. What'd you think about Orlando?
They really need to focus on finding quality shots. If they can't create for themselves in the second half, things will only get worse. And I'm talking about the high percentage looks, not contested threes.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. They've got Gobert. Ingram is out there with Fred VanVleet. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Eubanks in a power forward. That's the San Antonio foul. Here's Sabonis, and it's blocked. Now VanVleet. And the layup's good off the glass. VanVleet's got 9.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Bucket is good.
Well, I tell you, Russell looking very comfortable taking on aggressive defense and getting the job done. That's good focus on his part.
Gobert. Great positioning on the putback. And the Spurs lead by 16.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end. Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
To the left side wing. Here's Kuminga. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. Ingram's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
There's another block.
And swatting shots away with ferocity.
GA, he is not messing around in this one.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. A different look now for San Antonio. Len comes in for Gobert. And it's Kyle Anderson in for Eubanks. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Applause for your Spurs Youth Dance Team.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Pass to Coffey. Back to Russell. Orlando moving the ball around. Passes it to Coffey. Shot to stop the run. Offensive rebound.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. Well, the father of Domantas Sabonis, Arvydas, named to the NBA 75 All-European team. Arvydas 7'3" and just so skilled.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
There's the pass to Coffey. And the shot goes in. Coffey's got 6 points. And Greg, what was it like playing with the 7'3" Arvydas when you were in the NBA together?
Kevin, we had a couple years together in Portland, and I'll tell you what, he was an incredible passer. Really made me a better cutter because he was the first guy I played with that could make all the passes no matter where he was on the floor.
Russell kicks to Brown. And they get it back. Russell passes to Brown. The second chance effort. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And you know what? At 6'10", dunking is low stress for Sabonis. Solid at getting himself inside for these throwdowns.
And here's Anderson for 3. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Chris Duarte's checked in for the Spurs. Alec Burks checked in for Orlando. Edmund Sumner comes in for Brown. Here's Van Vliet. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. Van Vliet's a strong finisher for his size.
And the slam dunk by Russell.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Daniel Tice is checked in for Orlando. Roby comes in for Morris. Both free throws good from Kuminga. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Pass to Burks. Back to Russell. From outside the arc. Duarte grabs the board. San Antonio's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Van Vliet passes to Anderson. Duarte. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Orlando's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Burks for 3. The rebound by Brandon Ingram. Ingram's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Kuminga throws it down.
And you can always count on Van Vliet to make the right play. He doesn't make too many bad decisions when he's got the ball in his hands.
Pass to Sumner. Here's Burks. Rebound, San Antonio.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away. Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
You know, they've been the more up-tempo team, clearly. It's helped them gain the advantage in this one.
Russell finds Tice. Pass to Burks. Back to Tice. 5 on the clock. Here's Sumner. Rejected by Ingram.
You know, that's where Brandon Ingram's huge wingspan comes into play at the defensive end of the floor.
And that's a block right there. He swats that ball away with some energy.
Superb anticipation on that rejection, and that'll allow them to stay on the lead if they keep defending like that.
A different look now for San Antonio. Gobert, he's checked in for Kuminga. Eubanks comes in for Kyle Anderson. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Duarte. Outside Holiday. The pass to Van Vliet. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
An aggressive move that time by Ingram, putting up the shot while absorbing the foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Spurs.
Well, you know, for me, when you can convert this many times in the paint, I think that's a sign that your offense is really in a healthy state.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Tice kicks to Burks. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. And slammed up by Gobert.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Pass to Burks. Taken away by Holiday. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Holiday's got his first basket of the night.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Tice finds Burks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Gobert. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. Gobert, and that's good.
Outstanding decision-making by Ingram there, working it to the open man. Really good possession.
Inside, here's Tice. And Tice throws it down.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Spurs out in front, running away with this one.
49.
We'll get right back to the action when we return. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
The way we keep a lead is to keep making stops, gain rebound, and keep the pace on offense.
No surprise moments ago in that little talk that Greg Popovich gave his team in pushing his troops, sensing an open opportunity to break this thing wide open.
And he's a guy who will never settle. And for good reason. He knows that any dip in momentum can shift the course of a game.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So on the floor for Orlando, they've got Austin Rivers. Shake Milton is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Sumner in at the 2.
a slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is. And that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Pass to Sumner. Here's Rivers. Here's Wade. Goes up again. Gobert with the block. They shoot again. Missed it, even after all those chances. Here's Duarte. He's guarded by Rivers. Count it.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the NBA last season announced the creation of 6 new trophies for the division winners and named them after 6 pioneering players.
Kevin, anytime you can connect the past, the legacy of the league to the present in meaningful ways, I think that's a winning situation. I mean, greats like Wayne Embry, Sam Jones, Willis Reed, who paved the way for generations of black players. I mean, I think it's a great move to recognize them and continue to realize the importance they played in helping to build the foundation on which the league stands now.
Down low, here's Wade, and that's in. Nice feet on the play.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Spurs. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Milton on top, guarded by Holiday. The shot by Wade, wide open. No good on the 3. Out to the right wing. Duarte passes to Niang. They get it again. And he lays it straight in. Niang's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Sumner. The shot missing. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Passes it to Concho. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And a drive like that one can be a knockout punch. Great finish at this juncture. And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Now the pass to Niang. To the right side. 6 to shoot. Outside Holiday. No good with the triple. Well, Orlando shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
Pass Duarte to the middle. And that one drops for him.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Orlando's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Milton with it. Here's Sabonis. No good again that time. The Spurs have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Yes, that goes in.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Rivers passes to Milton. Now here's Rivers. Clock at 6. Here's Sumner. Len grabs the board. Len's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the inside. Duarte. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just ask him to get burned if you do.
And it's Aaron Holiday with the foul. That's his first foul. Some changes here for the Spurs. Wiggins is checked in for Conchon, and Daniels subbed in for Duarte. And the Magic making a change here as well. Forrest is checked in. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Sabonis trying to get open.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
And here is Milton. Pass to Rivers. Here's Wade. Fade away. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
Konchar's checked in for Aaron Holiday. Roby, he's checked in for the Magic. And for the Magic, they're shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end.
Really hard to think of things they didn't do well in this one. Certainly a dominant night on offense
for the Spurs.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
Listen, anytime you drop that first game of a series matchup against a particular team, you really want to come back stronger. And they did. Of course, this is their last of 2 games between these two teams during the regular season, so a nice one to even it up at 1 apiece against Orlando.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Rudy Gobert.
And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling. And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Here's Milton. 5 to shoot. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Count it.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Now Milton. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much. Rudy, your impact on the game defensively, always something to watch. What's your approach at that end?
Just try to win games, you know, and my teammates put a lot of trust in me, being aggressive on the balls and try to be aggressive at the rim. And, you know, when we play as a team like we do tonight, it's tough to beat us.
You were in full Stifle Tower mode tonight, man. Congrats. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.